1970s gave us hundreds of unforgettable songs, but some artists only had one moment in the spotlight. They reached the charts, filled American radio, and then somehow disappeared. Today, we are bringing back 10 forgotten one-hit wonders of the 1970s that deserve another listen. Number 10. Mungo Jerry, In the Summertime. Some songs seem to arrive with an entire season already built into them. In the Summertime was one of those rare records, capturing the carefree feeling of warm weather, open roads, and long afternoons better than almost anything else released in 1970. Recorded by the British group Mungo Jerry, the song was driven by acoustic guitar, jug, washboard, and a relaxed rhythm that sounded completely different from the heavier rock dominating the era. Ray Dorsett's distinctive vocal gave the recording an almost homemade quality, making it feel less like a polished studio production and more like friends playing music together on a summer afternoon. Released in 1970, the single became an enormous international success, reaching number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topping charts in several other countries. Despite that huge breakthrough, Mungo Jerry struggled to reproduce the same level of success in America. That's what makes In the Summertime so fascinating. The group may have faded from mainstream memory, but the song never really disappeared. Its opening instantly transports listeners back to the early 1970s. And next is a song whose title sounds like a woman's name, but its story became one of the most unforgettable tales in 1970s soft rock.
Brandy.
Number 9. Looking Glass, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. Some songs become so familiar that people remember the melody and lyrics long after they've forgotten the name of the band behind them. Brandy, You're a Fine Girl, is a perfect example. Recorded by the American rock group Looking Glass, the song tells the story of a woman named Brandy who works in a harbor town and falls in love with a sailor. She knows he cares about her, but the sailor's heart belongs to the sea. That bittersweet story gave the song an emotional depth that went far beyond its catchy soft rock sound. Released in 1972, Brandy became a massive American hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its acoustic guitars, memorable chorus, and unusual maritime story made it stand apart from many of the romantic songs on radio at the time. But Looking Glass could never recreate that success. Despite releasing additional music, the band eventually faded from the mainstream, leaving Brandy as their defining recording.
Who's not around, she still can hear him say.
More than 50 years later, the song still receives regular attention on oldie stations and nostalgia playlists. But next comes a one-hit wonder whose biggest hit convinced millions of listeners that a fictional crime story had actually happened. Number 8. Paper Lace, The Night Chicago Died.
Then there was no sound at all.
Some one-hit wonders become memorable because their songs tell stories so vividly that listeners almost forget to question whether the story is true. The Night Chicago Died was one of those songs.
I heard her pray the night Chicago died.
Recorded by British group Paper Lace, the 1974 hit imagined a violent battle between Chicago police and gangsters during the Prohibition era. The dramatic arrangement, urgent vocals, and cinematic lyrics made the record sound like a musical version of an old gangster movie. For many listeners, the story felt completely believable.
The night Chicago died.
But there was one problem. The dramatic battle described in the song never actually happened. That didn't stop American audiences from embracing it. The Night Chicago Died climbed to number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Paper Lace's biggest American success. The song's memorable chorus helped turn it into a major radio favorite, even though historians later pointed out the many fictional elements in its story. Paper Lace never achieved another American hit of comparable size, making the song their defining moment in the United States. More than 50 years later, The Night Chicago Died remains a fascinating example of how powerful storytelling can make fiction feel like history. But next comes a song whose title sounded innocent enough, until listeners realized exactly what they were hearing.
I always thought a fish could not be caught who didn't fight, but you got some bait away.
Number 7. Starland Vocal Band, Afternoon Delight.
Afternoon delight.
Some songs become hits because they're catchy. Others become hits because listeners discover a second meaning hiding underneath the innocent melody. Afternoon Delight managed to do both.
Little afternoon delight, rubbing sticks and stones together make a spark.
Released in 1976 by the American group Starland Vocal Band, the song featured gentle acoustic guitars, close vocal harmonies, and a cheerful melody that sounded almost like harmless sunshine pop. But the lyrics were actually about a romantic encounter in the middle of the day, giving the song a surprisingly suggestive edge beneath its wholesome sound.
Delight, sky rockets in flight.
American radio audiences couldn't get enough of it. Afternoon Delight climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of the biggest soft pop hits of 1976. The group also received major recognition at the Grammy Awards, winning Best New Artist. Yet the success proved impossible to repeat. Starland Vocal Band released additional music, but none came close to matching the cultural impact of their breakthrough.
Delight, sky rockets in flight.
Today, Afternoon Delight remains instantly recognizable, partly because its sweet musical arrangement contrasts so dramatically with its lyrics. But the next one-hit wonder delivered something completely different, a heartbreak anthem that became one of the most recognizable soft rock songs of the decade.
Blame it all on me. I was wrong.
Number 6. Player, Baby Come Back.
There was something in everything about.
Some songs don't need complicated stories to connect with millions of listeners. Baby Come Back worked because almost everyone understood the emotion behind it: regret, loneliness, and wanting someone to return.
Everything about you. Baby, come back.
Recorded by the American rock group Player, the song combines smooth harmonies, gentle guitar work, and a polished soft rock production that perfectly matched the sound of late 1970s radio. Written by John Crow and Peter Beckett, the lyrics focused on a relationship that had fallen apart and the desperate realization that life wasn't quite the same without that person.
All the love in your heart.
Released in 1977, Baby Come Back became a massive success, eventually reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its smooth production helped it cross between pop and adult contemporary radio, exposing Player to millions of listeners. Although the group continued recording and touring, nothing they released ever matched the impact of their breakthrough single. Baby Come Back became the song that defined their career.
Without you, I was wrong.
Decades later, the opening melody still feels instantly familiar to anyone who remembers late 1970s radio. But next comes a song with one of the most recognizable guitar riffs of the decade, and the story behind its success is just as unusual.
Bam-a-lam, the damn thing gone wild. Bam-a-lam, said a word, not a mind. Bam-a-lam.
Number 5. Ram Jam, Black Betty.
Bam-a-lam, she really gets me high. Bam-a-lam, you know that's no lie. Bam-a-lam.
Some songs are remembered for their singers. Others are remembered for a single riff that seems impossible to forget. Black Betty belongs firmly in the second category.
Oh, Black Betty, Bam-a-lam, oh, Black Betty, Bam-a-lam, she's from Birmingham.
Recorded by American rock band Ram Jam in 1977, the song transformed an old American folk and work song into a powerful hard rock recording. The band added distorted guitars, pounding drums, and a relentless rhythm that gave the traditional song an entirely new identity.
Bam-a-lam, well, she's shaking that thing. Bam-a-lam, boy, she makes me sing. Bam-a-lam.
The result became an unexpected success. Black Betty climbed into the Billboard Top 20, reaching number 18 and becoming Ram Jam's defining hit. Its aggressive guitar sound made it especially popular on rock radio, while the instantly recognizable vocal refrain helped the song cross into mainstream audiences. But Ram Jam never came close to matching that level of success again. Despite releasing additional material, the band gradually disappeared from the commercial spotlight, leaving Black Betty as its lasting musical legacy.
Black Betty, Bam-a-lam, whoa, Black Betty, Bam-a-lam.
The song's history is also more complicated than its catchy riff suggests, with roots stretching back generations and continuing debates surrounding its lyrics and origins. Still ahead, another one-hit wonder delivered a completely different kind of magic, a bright, irresistible pop song that seemed almost impossible not to sing along with. Number 4. Pilot, Magic. Some songs feel like they were designed to make people smile. Magic by the Scottish band Pilot was exactly that kind of record, combining bright melodies, layered harmonies, and a carefree sound that perfectly captured the optimistic side of the 1970s. Released in 1974, the song was written by bassist David Patten and became Pilot's biggest American success. Its instantly recognizable opening, cheerful guitar work, and smooth vocal harmonies helped it stand apart from the heavier rock and disco records competing for attention at the time. American listeners embraced the song almost immediately. Magic climbed to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, turning Pilot into an international success almost overnight. The group released several follow-up singles, but none managed to capture the same combination of melody and mass appeal. Ironically, the musicians behind Pilot continued having successful careers after the group's commercial peak. Several members became respected session musicians and worked with major artists, even though their own band was remembered primarily for one unforgettable song. More than 50 years later, Magic still sounds like a perfect snapshot of carefree 1970s pop. But the next song took a darker, more atmospheric approach, and years after its release, it suddenly found a whole new audience. Number 3. Sniff and the Tears, Driver's Seat. Some songs disappear from the charts only to find a completely new life years later. Driver's Seat is one of the best examples of that unexpected second chance. Recorded by British rock band Sniff and the Tears, the song was written by lead singer Paul Roberts and built around crisp guitar lines, a steady rhythm, and an instantly recognizable vocal performance. Despite sounding perfectly suited for late 1970s radio, the record had a surprisingly complicated journey before becoming widely remembered. Released in 1978, Driver's Seat became a major international success and reached the Billboard Top 20 in America. Its title suggested a simple driving song, but Roberts later explained that the driver's seat represented confidence and taking control of your own life. The band never managed another American hit of comparable size, making the song their defining recording. Decades later, however, Driver's Seat returned to popular culture through films, television, commercials, and nostalgia playlists. That second life introduced the song to listeners who weren't even born when it was first released. And that's what makes some one-hit wonders so special. Sometimes the world simply needs decades to rediscover them. Number 2. Climax Blues Band, Couldn't Get It Right. Some songs become hits because they fit perfectly into the musical moment. Couldn't Get It Right was one of those records, blending blues, rock, and a laid-back groove into a sound that felt completely natural on 1970s radio. Recorded by British group Climax Blues Band, the song was released in 1976 after the band had already spent years building a reputation in the British blues rock scene. Unlike many of their heavier recordings, Couldn't Get It Right had a smoother, more accessible sound, with a memorable saxophone line and an easy rhythm that helped it cross over to American pop audiences. The gamble worked. The single climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming the band's biggest American success by far. Despite releasing more music afterward, Climax Blues Band never managed another American hit anywhere near the same level. That makes the song especially fascinating today. The musicians behind it were experienced performers, but one unusually accessible recording suddenly introduced them to millions of listeners. Only one song remains, and its massive success turned a country rock band into one of the most unexpected pop sensations of the late 1970s.
You don't have to say a thing, just let me show how much.
Number 1. Exile, Kiss You All Over. Some one-hit wonders are remembered because of a catchy chorus. Others become unforgettable because their songs seem to define an entire era. Kiss You All Over did both, becoming one of the biggest slow dance records of the late 1970s.
You're not just another lover, no, you're everything to me, just baby, no.
Recorded by American band Exile, the song marked a dramatic change from the group's earlier rock sound. Written by Mike Chapman and Nicky Chin, it featured a slow, sensual arrangement that allowed lead singer J.P. Pennington to deliver the lyrics with an intimate vocal style. Released in 1978, Kiss You All Over became a massive American hit, spending 4 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Its smooth production and unmistakable melody made it a staple of radio, parties, and slow dances throughout the country.
Oh, stay with me, baby, and hold me all night.
Exile continued making music afterward and eventually found success in country music, but their enormous pop breakthrough remained their defining moment for mainstream American audiences. More than 4 decades later, the song still instantly transports listeners back to the late 1970s. And that's why the best one-hit wonders never really disappear. They simply wait for another generation to listen again.